Yeah, so I've got a couple random comments asking me, how did you come into Islam and everything? And I made a video about this a while back, but I since took that video down because I became hijabi and I wasn't wearing hijab in that video, so... But to quickly summarize everything that I said in the last video, I came into Islam around 3 years ago when, just before my 21st birthday, whilst I was at my final year of uni. And the reason why I kind of came into the religion, I think in the first place, was because I saw, like, my two best friends at the time were Muslim, and throughout the 3 years that I've been friends with them, I saw, like, you know, them as really, really amazing people, and I was like, wow, they set a really, really good example for Islam. And like, if these people are so amazing, then I guess I want to like learn about their religion if they say that, like, this is a really big part. And I feel like things in general, like when I would ask myself existential questions like, where do we go after we die? What is the purpose of life? What is the meaning of life and everything? Like, I really was searching for these answers, and I felt quite like empty inside. I mean, like, everything I was just doing in my life back then, I was just not very proud of, and kind of did without thinking about the consequences. And for me, Islam provided all of those answers and so much more. Like, Islam is the single most important thing in my life that has given me meaning, that has given me purpose, that has completely, like, changed my perspective on the world. And I'm so, so grateful, alhamdulillah, that I've come into Islam now so early, so young. Like, I was blessed to come into Islam so young. And obviously there's more things. I think, you know, over the course of 3 years, I started to think about the idea of, like, religion and God, and it was from a very much like a holistic point of view. I wasn't really concerned about the rules and the regulations of what is haram, what is halal at the start. It was more about just developing your own personal relationship with God, and then all the rules and stuff became after. And because I had done that conditioning of the heart, I think, like, at the start, all the rules and regulations became, like, easier, I think, in my opinion. And yeah, there was more things, but that in summary is how I came into Islam. And a lot of people have asked how, like, my family took it and how my parents took it. So if you didn't know, I'm half Colombian, half Chinese, and my parents were separated, so I kind of had to come out to both sides of the family, like, at different times. So my mom's side of the family, they were amazing. They didn't really say too much about it. They were just like, okay, cool, yeah, whatever. And I was like, okay, great. And they took it really well, alhamdulillah. But, like, then my dad's side of the family, who... And people might know, like, South American people, Colombian people, Latino people are more often than not Catholic. And I don't know, it was much, much harder to come out to that side of the family. Mainly, there's a couple people in particular that I can think of that I was so terrified to tell. But after a while, after a rocky start, they eventually came around to the idea of me just being Muslim. And after a while, the next hurdle was, you know, telling them that I wanted to put on the hijab. And they were like, but, you know, alhamdulillah, they took it really well after, you know, working on it for a little while. But in essence, that is a really short summary of how I came into Islam and my journey and everything. And yeah, hope that